The Halloween Kills trailer is here and it's awesome. How's it going, everyone? It's me, Jimmy Champane, and if you like slashers, monsters, pretty much any movie inspired by, shot during, or set during the 1980s, this is the channel for you. So this is the first time ever where I'm going to say that I'm happy about a leak, because I felt like for a second there in my video yesterday where I predicted that we get the Halloween Kills trailer this week was wrong, and then someone decided to go ahead and leak the trailer, and now here we are. My prediction was right. I expect everyone to be nice to me down in the comments below. Oh, and this is a different set than I usually film on, and that's because I was working on a video for my second channel, PS Ready, which is all about PlayStation when this trailer drops, so we stopped speeding there and rolled right into this. All right, I'm just gonna get into it. My first impressions of this trailer are that somehow, even though it's been delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed for pretty much over a year at this point, it lived up to my expectations. Not only that, really, it lived up to them and then managed to exceed them. This movie looks awesome. I am so hyped. We all knew how this trailer was going to start because we know how the movie starts, which is with Michael in the basement of Laurie's burning house. The firefighters go in. I thought they were gonna go in the house, see that Michael was in the basement, and then try to save him because they didn't know it was Michael Myers and they're firefighters, so they're supposed to help. But no, the house caves in and one of the firefighters falls into the basement, and that's what traps him with Michael. And obviously it's pretty simple to figure out how Michael gets out from there. And oh my God, that shot of him standing on the porch with the Halligan tool, and then when he lifts up the firefighter with it, the brutality on display from Michael here is living up to all of those quotes we've gotten leading up to this movie, where people are like, this is gonna be the most violent Halloween movie, this is gonna be the most gory Halloween movie, this is gonna have the biggest body count. And I said in videos before, I was scared that that was going to turn out to be like overhyping and over marketing, but everything we saw in this trailer lived up to those expectations that were set for us. Like seeing Michael take that buzzsaw and turn it on the guy, we didn't actually see what happened. I think we're going to see what happened in the movie, and I think it's going to be awesome. There are tons of shots of people being murdered by Michael Myers in this trailer, and I know, as I always say, that makes me sound like a fucking psychopath, but that's exactly what I wanted to see. The second biggest hype point for me was seeing all three Halloween 3 masks featured prominently in a Halloween movie. We saw them in Halloween 2018, obviously, but they were just a quick little Easter egg, and now we're seeing dead bodies with the Halloween 3 masks on top of them. Obviously, that's not connecting it to the movie's universe or anything like that, but it's such a cool way to call back to the one movie that doesn't actually feature Michael Myers, except for the scene where they show Halloween in that movie. So they're kind of doing the same meta callback that Halloween 3 did, and I really liked it. That working title of Mob Rules also makes so much sense now. There are multiple shots in this trailer of Haddonfield coming together to stop Michael Myers. And you know, when David Gordon Green said that this movie was basically Empire Strikes Back for the Halloween universe, I knew exactly what he meant, and now we're seeing it on display here on the screen, and it really feels like the Empire Strikes Back of Halloween. All of the people of Haddonfield, like Laurie and Tommy and Allison and Karen, they all have this confidence that they're going to be able to stop Michael Myers, and I think that's what's going to come back and bite them by the end of the movie, and that's what I want to see. You know, we know that Michael's brutal, we know that he's violent, they have to up the ante to make him scary, so giving the main characters this confidence that they can kill him, getting the whole town to go out with guns and try and hunt him, and only to have it fail because we know a third movie is coming, that's going to be nuts, dude. Like, we're gonna see some crazy in this movie. Also, I'm kind of surprised about how much we saw Laurie in Haddonfield Memorial Hospital. Going into this movie, I thought she was going to be incapacitated in the hospital for the entire thing. That would give Allison and Karen more of a chance to shine. We see Cameron too coming back, but no, Laurie looks like she's going to go out into Haddonfield and help Tommy and Lindsay hunt down Michael, which I think is pretty cool. If you guys have been watching for a while, you know one of my favorite characters in Halloween is the town of Haddonfield. It's changed so much over the franchise that it's kind of become its own little character. It looks so good in this movie because they shot it during the fall in North Carolina, and I just love that shot of going over the map of Haddonfield and realizing that Michael is going back to the Myers house. Now, I revealed this a long time ago that we were going to see the Myers house in the movie. I've seen videos of the Myers house they've used that leaked from the set, and it looks absolutely amazing, so I'm glad they finally confirmed that we are going to see it because I've been dying to talk about it for over a year now. That also tells us exactly how the flashback is going to play into the movie. We're going to see the apprehension of Michael at the Myers house in the flashback, and then the climax climax of the movie is going to take place at the Myers house, which is a really good spot for Michael to get the upper hand at the end to set up Halloween Ends. You know, he's gonna be at the Myers house. We're probably gonna see Cameron die because we see that shot of him being choked out in the trailer. We see Allison having some confidence where she tells Michael to do it and kill her. And then we see Karen come up with his mask. Now that is going to cause some controversy, I think. Karen holding his mask, she's the least liked character for some reason of the new characters in Halloween 2018, which I'll never understand because I love Judy Greer. But seeing her hold the mask was such a cool f you to those people from David Gordon Green. And I'm sure no hard feelings were meant, so if you don't like Karen, don't get too upset down in the comments, but it was just cool to see her threatening Michael with the mask. It's nice to see Michael caring about the mask. Like, you know he wants it now, you know, because in the first movie, Halloween 2018, the whole setup was that, oh, he's going after Laurie, and then when you finally see the movie, it's like, no, Laurie keeps inserting herself in his path, and that's why there's a fight between them at all. He's not actually going after Laurie. So this time, he's going after the mask, and I think that's a cool way to give him some motivation. Also, we get the confirmation that, yeah, Michael Myers is becoming supernatural with every person he kills. Laurie makes the point to say that no one could have survived that fire, and with every kill he makes, he transcends out of being human. That was just a good way to acknowledge that, yes, they made him supernatural finally. They acknowledged it on screen in this timeline, and I'm totally okay with that. I know leading into the first movie, Halloween 2018, I keep calling it the first movie, leading into Halloween 2018, the whole point was to make Michael like this serial killer type person and make him human, but then by the end of it, it was just clear that, yeah, he's evil incarnate, he's like a supernatural force, and just acknowledging it now, that was the smart thing to do. The only disappointing factor in this trailer for me is that Universal once again is spoiling way too much of the movie, because we see footage in the modern day with Allison, Karen, and Cameron at what I assume to be the Myers house that basically tells us that it's the end of the movie because they say that Michael's on a straight line towards the Myers house. So if we're seeing footage there, that's from the end of the movie. And I really wish they wouldn't show stuff like that because we don't really see the outside of the Myers house in the trailer. There's no reveal of it. They're consciously trying to hide it. So why are you showing us footage from it, you know? On the flip side though, I'm super glad that we're not seeing any of the flashback stuff. There's still one more trailer that's going to come out, and Universal notoriously showed a ton of the movie the week before it came out with Halloween 2018. So they've still got a lot of opportunities to screw things up. But yeah, at the end of the day, I'm mad that we saw some footage from the end of the movie in the trailer, but I'm happy we still haven't seen the flashback because it gives us stuff to be excited about. I think the charred mask also looks great. We see a lot of it in this trailer. I've talked about this before, but I'm just glad that it didn't like get totally melted onto his face and become a completely different mask. They used some creative restraint here to just show that it had been burned, but it's still the Michael Myers mask we know and love. That's exactly how it should be in my opinion. I know some people are upset about that too. I don't really care. It also stood out to me a little bit that people were in a mob outside of an ambulance, which makes me think they're closer to Haddonfield Memorial Hospital, and they're obviously angry about something, and I'm really curious what that is. I'm assuming they're angry at the sheriff's department for not doing something sooner about Michael Myers being out in Haddonfield, because if you look at the aftermath of Halloween 2018, the Haddonfield PD did an awful job at their jobs. They should have been able to apprehend Michael Myers because to the entire town, they just think he's a person, right? They think he's a serial killer who's old, like 60 years old, who escaped from a mental asylum, and the cops couldn't do anything to stop him from killing multiple teenagers. I could completely understand why these people who don't know what Michael is are so upset. And they could also be going after Laurie, maybe to offer her up to Michael to say, here you go, this is what you're looking for, you can come after her, you can kill her. I don't know, there's multiple possibilities there, and I like that I don't know exactly what's going on. That's what I want going into this movie, because it's been so long since they announced it, so long since they started showing footage and releasing images and all this stuff. I'm glad that the movie is finally coming out. It is not that far away. It's only a few months away. Stuff keeps leaking from it. We know the script is out there, which sucks, but at the end of the day, I'm just excited. The footage looked awesome. I loved everything we saw in it. I like the vibe of the movie that was confirmed, which is the town of Haddonfield thinking they have a chance against Michael Myers and totally getting fucked by the end of it. That's what I wanted to see, and that's what I got. All right, guys, that's what I thought of the Halloween Kills trailer. I'd love to hear what you think now down in the comments below. And remember to subscribe and set your notifications to all if you haven't already. My name is Jimmy Champane, and I'll see you in the next one. Shape on.